What's going on, Radiant Youth Leaders? Hey, if you're watching this video, you're either preparing to lead your first small group or you're back here because you realized how tough it really is. Let me first assure you, you've got this. Your life experiences, your wisdom, and your heart for youth can all be used in God's hands. And that's actually the first point in this training. Pray first. And I actually don't mean praying just for your own abilities or your nerves. This prayer first actually is praying for your students and praying for them by name. Talk to God about their quirks, their laugh, their posture, their extracurricular activities, anything and everything. Spend time talking to God about them like you were talking to a friend. Then ask God what He sees in them. Ask God to show you an area of their life that He sees. And I can't fully explain this, but when we ask our omnipresent, omnipotent, and extremely personal God to share His heart for them, we get a divine glimpse into how to lead them. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. Now, let's get into our Radiant Youth small group best practices. The first, come prepared. Tailor your questions to this age group. Make sure that the questions that are in the small group guide are relatable and available to your students so that way they are able to comprehend it. It's so important, and that is why we send out our small group guide days in advance. The second is our 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule says that 80% of our small group time should actually be our students speaking. And the way that we do that is by leaders asking really good questions. And the way that we ask really good questions, well, you guessed it, 1 and 2, we are praying for our students and we're coming prepared. The next point is to get close. I mean, literally and figuratively. Literally bring your chairs or your students closer together. Remember, we aim for a 5-to-1 small group ratio. So this gives you a chance to hear better and to connect closer. And on this, start making the most of your hangout time together at the very beginning. This is when we should be checking in on their school days, checking in on extracurriculars, but we're doing it in a fun way, like over video games, board games, or playing outside. The next thing is alley-oop questions. These are questions where we're saying things at the beginning of our question like, hey, we're all gonna answer this question. Or maybe it's something like, hey, I know this is a tough topic, but we can get through this together if we all respond. Then these are gonna be your 3 most important words of your small group. Tell me more. Tell me more. When a student, you're more than likely gonna see a student that's gonna respond with a 1-word answer. Tell me more. Why do you believe that Jesus rose from the dead? I don't know, I guess He just did. Tell me more. How was your day? It was good. Tell me more. What was class like earlier? It was fine. Tell me more. These are all opportunities for your student to start exercising their mind in a way that brings revelation. And that's why the 80-20 rule is so important. That we are allowing students to not just be told the truth, but for the truth to be revealed as they are talking through it and processing it. When they process it themselves and it becomes a revelation, it sticks to their hearts and their minds. The next point is to leave room to breathe. I know that there's those awkward silences, but embrace the awkwardness. Before you choose someone to answer, take 3 breaths and then select someone. The next point is to gamify your small group. I mean, there's one person that in particular that I think of that does this so well. She's in South Tampa, and she will literally bring treats for her small group so that after they engage with the question, they get, for example, a pixie stick. And while that could get expensive and sure, of course, maybe some shallow answers, the idea here is, again, that they need to see what comfortable responses look like. Again, that 80-20 rule. We need our students to feel comfortable sharing, but also comfortable being wrong. And so that's why it's such an incredible opportunity that we have as leaders for these students to challenge themselves in a safe place. And a place where they'll always win by engaging more at church. I'm praying and believing that you will see life change in your small group. And at the end of the day, just remember to have fun. I mean, this is a youth group after all. And so give yourself grace, give your students grace, and just remember that you are doing a great work. I love y'all. I appreciate what you're doing, and I can't wait to hear all the life change stories that come out of this.